Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 41 of M-Class Email.
No, that's a lie. That's not been that many.
It's episode 87 of M-Class Email.
It just jumped up like double, like more than double.
Did it?
Are you interlighting me right now? Am I jumping ahead in time?
Yeah.
Do you know what to do with your sunscreen, young man?
It's episode 31.
31. Fuck, I knew it.
It's episode 31 of M-Class Emails. This is a program where your two hosts, Jeff
and me, Josh,
had to think about it.
Yeah.
We sit down with your emails, answer your questions, tell you whether we would pitch or ditch your suggested episode ideas.
There's all kinds of formats to this. There's like no rules.
No,
really.
and we also read fake Star Trek characters' messages.
They're real to me, damn it.
It's real to me, damn it.
It's some old ass internet.
It is. So let's jump right into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's jump into it.
Our first email is from Jack. But
Jack?
Not Jack Carpenter. But
no,
a
I know
different
him.
Jack.
Okay.
Who's the title of the email is "Fuck Vic Mignogna."
Okay. Who's Vic Mignogna?
He's the guy who does Star Trek Continues. He plays Kirk on it, and he produces it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Trek boys. Trek boys. I was just catching up on some M-Class email when I heard y'all mention Vic Mignogna. I feel the need to mention that there are dozens of credible stories about him taking advantage of his underage fans at conventions, generally 14 to 17 years old. The dude's 56.
Oh, no!
I can't fathom how he still gets work since these stories are brought up every time there's an announcement of him working on a show or attending a con. Just figured I'd let you guys know. Thanks, Jack.
I don't even know who that guy is, but now that I know this, I'll probably remember who he is, because he diddles kids.
I did not know that about him. I knew everybody thought he was an arrogant prick, but I didn't know he was also a handsy pedophile.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, he's 56? Jesus.
I don't even know what this guy looks like.
He doesn't look 56.
That's good, I guess, for him. I don't even know. Jack, wait, what's his name?
Vic Mignogna.
Sorry, I don't know. Vic.
Mignogna.
I got it. All right.
I don't know.
Man.
He looks in some shots like he could be 56.
You know who he looks like? He looks like the singer from the Goo Goo Dolls, but like after a car accident.
Yeah, you know who else he looks like? The guy from Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, the chef.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
He looks like Gordon Ramsay and Johnny Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, fucking weird, dude.
Get a better face, dude.
Get a better face. He also does anime characters a bunch, apparently.
Oh,
He's
he
the
does.
voice of a bunch of anime characters.
Well, there's your first problem.
Whoa.
There's your first mistake right there.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll start hating him immediately.
I already hate him.
Our next email is from Phantom Thief Goofus.
The Goofus.
Love that Goofus. It's titled Incoming Transmission.
Okay.
Ahoy, Trek boys. Check under your seats real quick.
Oh, shit.
Underneath your chairs are huge space diamonds.
Wait. Again, every diamond is a space diamond.
Also, diamonds aren't worth money anymore?
No, diamonds are the most worthless substance in the universe since carbon is every goddamn where.
Also, money doesn't exist, so...
Yeah, we don't need money.
I thought I should pay you for that free airtime I stole from a couple independent content creators. It wasn't very cool, TM, of me, and for that I'm sorry.
You trademarked very cool.
And, the diamonds are a bit hot, so maybe wait a bit before taking them to a fence. Thiefly yours, Phantom Thief Goofus, founder and CEO of Cool Crimes Inc. And again, there's a little ghost emoji next to it.
Why is there a ghost?
Because he's a phantom.
Oh, he's a fan. I get it. Yeah, I don't know where the fence is in this part of the galaxy.
I don't know where anything is in this part of the galaxy. We're just hovering over the dune buggy planet.
Would it be racist to ask if Ferengi where a fence is? I feel like that would be offensive. Because they don't all know where the fence is, right? I mean, they can't. Maybe they do. I don't know.
I love that I can hear you slapping your table.
It's like, where do you go to like make it be like legit? Where do I launder my goods?
Jesus Christ. Well, I think the podcast is over.
Bye.
So, now we have another email. It's from Captain Drac of the SS Battle Axe.
Oh, he's back.
The title of the email
Captain Drac is back.
The title of the email is 51st Drax.
That's a good movie.
Incoming transmission. Captain Drac, SS Battle Axe.
Shit. He sounds angry.
Sir, you had your hand on the mute button. What? Why didn't you say anything, Dross? You told us never to interrupt you, and by Kalis' third testy, Dross. You mean I spent 45 minutes dictating my origin story to nobody?
Nice.
Well, we heard it, sir. I really like the part where you were stranded on that desert planet, saved the princess from a four-armed bug man, and posed triumphantly like a Frazetta painting for 3 hours straight.
Nice.
I don't have time to tell it again. I guess I'll just have to skip to the question. Once more from the top.
This is the best email.
Prepare to die, you pathetic Talarian jiggle mice. That is, unless you tell me where you're hiding my on-again, off-again, will-they, won't-they, arch-friendnemus. Crash space danger.
On again, off again.
Will they, won't they, arch-friendmesis.
Friendmesis. It's tough. You should trademark that. He should go to Cool Crimes Inc. and get that trademarked.
Ever since our unlikely duo battle adventure, I can't get that Andorian out of my head. I can't sleep. I can't eat. And my slow motion explosion leaps have been completely off.
I hate when that happens.
Our fight was cut short, and my battle balls are as blue as that taut yet supple unkicked ass.
That's poetry right there. Battle balls are as blue as that supple yet unkicked ass. Wait, what was it?
It's
beautiful ass?
No, supple yet unkicked ass.
Okay, I got it right.
If you don't know where he is, can you help me with another problem?
Sure.
Do you two have any experience asking charismatic men of action out on a duel to the death? I understand you Earthers have a yearly ritual called Valentine's that involves a sneak attack on your target with a bow and arrow. Sounds pretty cowardly to me, but I hear those Andorians are all into weird shit.
Damn.
I also hear they're cold and all... Sir, you were leaning on the mute button again. Damn. Son of a patak. Anyway, since my escape from the mirror universe, I've been exploring my creative side. If you see space danger, pass on this poem I wrote. Roses are red. Chronosian stab vines are blue.
Are they?
Space danger to battle stations. Drax coming for you.
Damn, that's awesome.
Disembowel you later, Trek boys.
Shit.
Captain Drac, SS Battle Axe.
We have to find him for him. He's missing his friend, frenemy.
He's gonna ask him out on a duel to the death on Valentine's Day.
That's the most Klingon romantic thing I've ever heard.
Do we have any advice?
Do we have advice about how to do it? I like to, at least pretend I don't care about the person.
So pretend you don't want to disembowel him.
Yeah, I like to just, play it cool, you know? Sometimes I play it cool.
You later if I really feel like it, I guess.
Yeah, like that, yeah. I like to, just try to play it cool. I don't always play it cool, but, shit happens.
I mean,
don't neg him though, right?
No,
Like you don't. It's a fine
neg
line.
him.
Yeah, it's a fine line. You don't want to like. Yeah, that's bad.
It seems like you guys got a weird sex thing going on, so keep that up.
I mean, it's gonna be weird. Like anyway, not because like of any like particular reason, but like it sounds like there's a lot of like pent up. Like,
for sure.
Aggression there, like that could get weird. Like
I think you
overly aggressive.
I think you need to face facts that maybe you don't want to disembowel Crash Space Danger.
Yeah, maybe you want to hug him a little bit.
Maybe you want to hug him, kiss him, squeeze him.
Squeeze that boy.
Maybe you want it. Maybe you just want to hug and kiss and squeeze.
Maybe he's not ready for that, though. You know, maybe he's got to work through some of this first, and then he'll come to his own conclusions.
Maybe. I think you just need to sit down with Crash Space Danger after a long and violent battle.
Yeah.
And tell him how you really feel.
Share a root beer.
Share a blood wine. With,
or a blood wine.
Each other's blood in it.
Ugh. Does blood wine have real blood in it? I mean, I guess so, right?
Probably.
I've never had it.
I feel like the Klingons are pretty
literal,
like, literal about stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of mystery in that, right?
I gotta say, I think your best bet is to go down to the malt shop.
With your best sweetie.
Split a nice chocolate malted with Crash Space Danger. And
Do you like malted?
Tell him you think he's the keenest.
I don't really like malt.
I like malts.
It's all right, but I don't really. It's not like my first. I like peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter milkshake. Fuck me, dude.
I mean, I will.
I mean, we had to deal with this on our own way, and I mean, I found personally, you just hug it out,
just
man.
Hug it out, and then go into the holodeck and work out your frustrations, right?
work out your frustrations.
Just tell him you think he's the keenest, and ask him if he'd like to go steady.
Give him your Klingon Letterman jacket, which I guess is just like a big K on it, right? For Klingons. Klingon high.
It's got a big Q on it for Kronos.
Q, Kronos, yeah. Like fucking Archie has an R for Riverdale.
That's what Richie Cunningham did. And it worked out for him until he got shipped off to the army. And they replaced him with Marcy Darcy's husband.
Wait a minute, what?
On the Happy Days, like, they brought in a new character. It was like Richie's cousin, and he was played by Marcy Darcy's husband, whatever his name is, Darcy. Jefferson.
The first one? Jefferson
Darcy.
When was this, man?
It was like the last season for good reason.
Yeah, because like they didn't want to. Was that the one that was all about like Fonzie at that point?
Yep.
Like it was like every episode was a Fonzie episode.
It was Fonzie and his sidekick Potsy.
Yeah,
going on adventures.
It's so dumb, jumping sharks and shit.
Fuck that. Yeah, live your life like Richie Cunningham did until he died in Vietnam or whatever.
Or Korea.
I
don't know.
Definitely Korea.
No, I guess it wouldn't be because rock and roll didn't really exist when that was a thing. I guess it had to be Vietnam.
Well, no, the show takes place in the 50s.
Yeah, so Vietnam was getting going at like 63.
I don't know.
So maybe it was then. I don't know. Early 60s is still like late 50s, right? Like
Pretty
things
much.
were still similar.
It was probably, I don't know.
It had to be Vietnam. It had to be.
He died in the war.
Did he die? He didn't. He just went to the army. I think they just drafted him.
I think he joined it of his own free will.
What an idiot.
Whoa! I mean, you're not wrong, but...
What are you, my grandfather? Why would you do that? There's no reason to do that.
There's a war one! What are you doing?
Stop! Don't go to that. It's bad!
Our next email is from David S., who titled the email "The Inner Tight." N''ER tight.
Okay.
Like inner light, get it?
I get it. Is it like a vaginal thing? Is that what we're going for? I get it.
The boys of Satellite M I was very excited to be able to vote on this latest collection by being a patron on patreon.com/mclasspodcast.
Free commercial. Hell yeah.
Support your favorite boys today. Rule of acquisition 33, people. It never hurts to suck up to the boss.
That's right.
Josh, your recent bit about conspiracy theories is like some sweet, sweet umox to these lobes.
What did I say? I don't even remember.
You were talking about conspiracy theories and how you believe in all of them.
That sounds like what I said, yes. I'm gonna go with that's what I said, sure.
A slow drip of alien revelations, the boundaries of artificial consciousness and intelligence, and ancient aliens junk to desensitize us when those truths are finally undeniable.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I do remember that.
Are there any specific Trek episodes that inspire more thoughts like those? Could the Inner Light be another hit of exposure to the simulated lifetime technology that the Matrix helped popularize in the social consciousness?
Ooh.
Could Quetzalcoatl truly have been an alien on Earth at one time, and does that episode help prepare us for his return?
Quetzalcoatl! I forgot about Quetzalcoatl.
There's an episode of Voyage, a true afterlife awaiting us? Does B'Elanna's journey through Sto-vo-kor warn us that hell basically looks like what everyone thinks it does? Rule of acquisition number 208. Hopefully the powers that be are tipping their hand about doing some sweet photonic cums and holodeck.
Photonic cums. Get your cums on. I mean, I think those are all true. All of those things are true. I believe all of them.
This sounds like something Josh would say.
I believe all of them. No, I mean, there's, like, I think the episodes of TNG, like, the one where they go to that planet to make first contact, is, like, such, like, a good example of, like, what would happen here, right? Like, people would lose their fucking minds.
Yeah, the one where they go to the planet to make first contact and, like,
the nurse
powers that be, like, have this huge debate about whether to reveal to the planet and join the Federation or to keep it a secret and continue the way they've been going.
I mean, there's people who believe that's happened here, right? Where we've had, like, secret treaties with aliens and shit. If you were to find out that were true, it wouldn't shock me. Like, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Because, like, look at the shit that we have. Well, look at the shit that we have, dude. Like, we have fucking space technology, like, in our hands. Like, where did that shit come from? Like, obviously, like, we know how
I feel like
microchips
like,
work and shit, right?
The idea that, like, aliens gave us technology is so, like, regressive about, like, in our view of humanity. Like, humans are too stupid to make things.
No,
I know.
We make
things all the time.
No, that's what we do. It's, like, part of us, right? I agree with that.
It's, like, if aliens had made some sort of deal with humanity in the past or something, I feel like they're so, like, I don't think our leaders are smart enough to keep that type of thing a secret.
Well, I don't think they can as part of it, right?
Yeah, like our leaders are absolute morons. Like,
that's why there's a shadow government.
The shadow government made up of aliens.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't believe aliens have been to Earth.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm a little more open to it.
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they had.
I'm not gonna, like, bury my head in the sand and be like, nope, it could never have happened, and I refuse it. I am more towards the side of, I probably didn't.
I mean, why would they come here? It's boring.
There's nothing here for them.
We're just crazy monkeys throwing rocks at each other. That's all we're doing.
X-Files had a Mandela effect / conspiracy episode in the last season that had Mulder give a good line about how eventually you have to establish who they are in all of these schemes.
Yeah.
Who is they for you in relation to the slow exposure of aliens and tech, Josh?
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't believe, like, there's, like a big hand moving the chess pieces around, right? But I think that there could probably be, like, a general consensus between, like, generations that, like, in order to, like, let's say, like, all things being equal, like, aliens did show up here, and then, like, in the 50s or the 40s after World War II, and we were like, okay, we can't tell people about this. We need to, like, slowly adapt people to this idea. Like, maybe there's some kind of rule book. Maybe there's, like, an alien version of the Prime Directive where they're like, look, try to do this stuff to get people ready, right? Make movies about aliens, make shows about aliens, We're gonna fly around in
almost always villains and everything.
I know. We'll fly around in the sky, and they'll take pictures of us and stuff. That's what we're gonna do.
Aliens are like, here, make movies about us to get people ready, and they're like, they didn't say they had to be the good guys.
Yeah, Independence Day. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think like it's that deep.
The thing that always comes to my mind when people talk about there being like a bigger conspiracy to hide aliens is that nobody stays in these positions for that long. So like every time a new like head of defense comes in, they have to be like, hey, by the way, aliens are real and you got to do this shit.
Yeah, and
eventually like they wouldn't. Nobody goes in and dies. Like, nobody goes in and then mysteriously dies, which is what would happen if somebody came in and they were like, aliens are real, we gotta tell people.
Yeah, there are stories about that, though. I mean, I don't know if they're true or not, but, like, that would indicate, though, that, like, the aliens are in charge, and they're the ones guiding us, right? Which could be. Who knows, right? Like, maybe they're like, it's not time yet, you guys aren't ready. Because we're not. Like, can you imagine? Oh, aliens exist. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go murder a bunch of people now. The
government came out and they were like, hey, we found, like, this alien wreckage and shit. It's real. And everybody was like, who cares? Trump's a fuck.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people would lose a lot of money, and that's the main reason, right? Because people would be like, well, guess what I don't need anymore? To pay taxes. Because fuck it.
Everything goes to not paying taxes with you. I don't think that would happen.
I'm telling you it would.
People would be like, I'm not paying taxes.
Well, what do you pay taxes for? What would be the point?
Roads.
Yeah, you pay taxes for the military, too. Would you want to do that? What would you need it for?
I don't want to do that now, Josh. I do it anyway because I got it.
Why am I the one who's the bad guy who doesn't want to pay the taxes?
I don't want to pay the taxes either.
You just said I'm the one who's always bringing it up.
You are. You're always like, if aliens were real, we wouldn't pay taxes, and I love that.
That's like but that's like a generalization for like people would stop going to work. Like people wouldn't do anything anymore. There would be people who would like commit suicide en masse.
There would be a lot of suicides. There would be
chaos.
A shit ton of suicides.
It would be fucking chaos.
There would be like quite a large population of people who walked through their daily lives from then on, regardless.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like people would stop functioning. I mean,
they would continue going to work, paying taxes, doing all this stuff. They would just be like blind to it, like how we're blind to like climate change and stuff. Like half the. Like 4 scientists would come out and be like, actually, the government's wrong. There aren't aliens.
Yeah.
And everyone would believe those 4 scientists.
Right. People would choose to believe the thing.
Yeah. The aliens would be like, but we showed ourselves on TV. What's up?
Yeah. We landed on the White House lawn, right?
Like, we showed why don't they believe in us? And they'd be like, we told you they weren't ready.
Yep. We're not. We're just not. I would like to see it. It'd be fun. It'd be kind of fun to watch.
I don't know, man. It's just like the president of the United States keeps like Richard Nixon. Let's use him as an example. Just got completely fucked over by his own stupidity, and yet I'm to believe that he knew about aliens and kept it a secret.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't know about him.
So we're getting back to the shadow guy.
Maybe not well, I mean, there is like compartmentalization in the government, right? Like maybe there's like certain times people don't know stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I guess nobody really knows, but I guess like in your summation, it's like the military knows about it, but like the political side of the government doesn't.
You should watch what's that mini series? It was on Sci-Fi a while ago. Steven Spielberg did it. And they kind of, like, talk about, like, how it gets passed down, right? Like, it's, like, this, like, secret cabal, right? The cat just knocked my fucking microphone over. Cool.
Your cat's like, don't tell them. Don't tell them.
They're gonna come for you. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's fun to think about, and it's fun to play around in. Whether or not, like, I believe
there are people who would murder someone over this. Like,
oh, yeah.
You don't believe it?
Oh, yeah. I know, like, a lot of people who, like... I know some people who go, like, UFO conventions and shit. Like, I know people who are, like, really into it.
It's fun stuff. People get a lot of kicks out of it.
I'm not, like, a lone gunman or anything like that.
No, I don't think anybody's getting that from you. I think you're just an open-minded person who's been brainwashed by our government to not tell the secrets that you knew one day.
I wouldn't be shocked. Honestly, though, like, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, if they were like 50 years from now, they were like, oh, yeah, we know the alien. I'd be like, yeah, of course you did. Like, I would not be shocked by that.
I don't think I'd be shocked by that if they were just like, we knew about aliens. Like,
yeah.
But if they were like, we've been working with the aliens, we're best friends, I'd be like, what?
That wouldn't shock me either, honestly. That makes sense. I'll be like, okay, sure. Because you can't tell people. You can't tell people, like you said, Jeff, like, you can't tell people that the Earth is getting warmer. You think you're going to be able to tell people there's fucking aliens?
Well, it's just like, when societies of human beings met with each other in the past, we just killed each other off because we couldn't understand each other.
Right.
And then aliens showed up and they were like, hi, I'm Steve.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, we're best friends now. I just don't think that's how first contact
but maybe like
work out.
So maybe the Greys are like automated. Like maybe the Greys' only job is to be like machines. Like maybe they are machines. Like I don't fucking know. Maybe they're just machines, like biological machines sent here to like do that, right? Like space is huge. Maybe like there isn't such a thing as like wormholes, and maybe we can't go like cheating physics, and like Einstein was right, like it's, the speed of light's the speed limit, right? So they send these like robots out and they just like come in contact with like planets, and that's their job, is to like get us all ready to like deal with that.
I guess my question then becomes, since I'm naysayer man on this podcast, my question then becomes,
I believe all of it. I'm like Mulder. It's all true.
My question then becomes, why did the aliens create robots to initiate first contact if there's no way we can ever see one another?
But maybe that's like the ultimate goal. Maybe that's like the... I don't know. I don't know. You'd be asking me like why ancient civilization decided to do something. I don't know, man. Maybe that's in their DNA. Maybe they know a truth about the universe that we can't even comprehend. Maybe it's like not just the universe. Maybe it's like extra dimensional. Who knows, man? I don't know.
I just hope that if aliens do come here, if they've already come here, that they're a hell of a lot more benevolent than human beings are.
Maybe they're not, or maybe they are. Who knows, man?
I mean, like, there's always that chance that like most of the big conspiracy theories aren't the aliens came here to be our friends. It's the aliens came here to subjugate us.
Yeah, I mean, but like, look at us though. Like we're a thriving species. Like we're so thriving that we're killing the place we're living on. So like, as unbenevolent, as malevolent as we can be, like we're thriving. Like we're not. The only risk of extinction is from ourselves, which, like, is because, like, we're just too many of us. There's just so fucking many of us.
I just think if there would have been any irrefutable evidence of aliens being anywhere near our planet, that the government or the military wouldn't be the first ones to know. And how are they going to know someone's found out? Like, scientists are constantly, like, completely unrelated to the government, are constantly trying to prove that there's life in the universe. One of them would find out long before some military guy would.
The NASA protocol, which is like public, is to like review what it is, and maybe they reviewed it and then they came to a determination that we couldn't deal with it.
Scientists aren't real great at that. Scientists are very much like, I'm gonna make my name.
That's
publish that shit.
That's generalizing though. You don't know, right? Maybe the government knew at that point and was like, because they have to tell the government. You can't just not tell the fucking government you found aliens.
The thing is, like, either way, in my way of naysaying or in your way of being open-minded, there's a whole lot of, like, you don't know, I don't know, there's no way to know.
I mean, it's impossible. There's other things out there. It's fucking impossible.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking impossible that there's no aliens in the universe. It's unbelievably arrogant to think that we're the only intelligent life in all the universe.
It's impossible. I think we just solved the whole universe in this episode, so...
Pretty much. I think the final point that I want to leave with is that we're all using the same evidence, which is none.
Right.
And we're coming to two completely different conclusions, which are both using no evidence. So nobody really knows shit.
That sounds like something an alien or a government person would say, Jeff.
No, Josh, that's just silly. You're just being silly now.
I think Jeff might be an Anunnaki.
Anyway, would you guys voluntarily live 20-minute lifetimes? What kind of lives would you try out? White fence with kids and a dog? Terrible poverty or disease?
I already lived that
Opulence
one.
and power?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to do it.
I would not.
It seems like a fucking not a good idea.
It's the thing is, like, you don't get to live them in succession. You don't get to live your real life and then live the 20-minute life.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe if I was dying...
There's that Rick and Morty episode where they have that video game where it's like that, which like they totally ripped from this, right? Like
Probably.
yeah, like you like play a guy and like the guy just lives like a normal ass life.
Like, if I was in a hospital bed dying and they were like, here, we can give you this thing that lets you live a lifetime in 20 minutes, I'd be like,
Yeah.
sign me up.
It's called acid. You could do like Aldous Huxley.
Huxley.
He dropped acid on his deathbed. You could probably do that.
I hear he was an Anunnaki.
He might have thought he was when he was tripping his balls off when he was dying.
I don't even know if when I was dying, because I already lived my life. Like, and then,
Yeah.
like, after the end of the life, I have to die in the fake life and then wake up and die in the
And then
real
die
life.
again. Well, at least
That
you
sounds
know.
like shit.
It's not, you're good at it. You got some practice.
I guess. I mean, like, I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Am I in heaven? Like, what? Is heaven real? What's happening? And they're like, Grandpa, you're dying. And I'm like, oh, shit, you're right.
I heard heaven was a place on earth. Is that true?
Only if you know what it's worth.
Belinda Carlisle said that.
Thanks for all you guys do. Between Josh's media empire and Jeff's art production agency, it's incredible you both have the time to watch,
Oh,
analyze, and
man.
record discussions about Star Trek.
What they don't know is we do this at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it is 1:30 in the morning right now. I understand it's fun and all, but there's an economics of time, and I think I speak for everyone on the fucking planet when I say thanks for spending some time for Trek fans at large.
Thank you. That means a lot. Seriously, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it really does mean a lot. I'm sure not everyone on the planet agrees with you.
Especially the aliens who are here.
Yeah, especially the shadow cabal that runs our country.
Yeah, see, now he's making fun of it, but he knows about it. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Just trying to throw him off the scent, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, it's like tricking my brain here.
I'm gaslighting you.
That's what the word is. I couldn't think of it.
Thanks for the bit of Soul Calibur likes, by the way. I got a Quark in the oven. He's the guy who does all the Soul Calibur Star Trek characters that he's been
Okay.
sending to us.
That's awesome.
Remember, Trek boys, rule of acquisition 21, never place friendships above profit.
That's
Peace. David S., Chief Comptroller on the USS Acquisition.
I think I learned that lesson hard on another podcast I used to do.
Oh, by the way, we have more episodes than that podcast has now.
Oh! There you go. All right.
I forgot to fire you, though, so I guess you're good.
You forgot. The letter got lost in the mail. I don't know. I don't know.
Our next email is from Hoteen,
Oh, no.
and it's titled Help a Brother Out.
No. We've been helping you enough.
Trek Boys. Greetings from Ryza.
What are you doing on Ryza?
I took your advice and replicated me a floral Ryzen shirt and booked a trip to Ryza for a couple weeks.
Nice.
Tapon will be covering half of my show, and the remainder of the Tog Pack will do the rest.
Okay.
Let me tell you, it's
Now I
great
know your
here.
schedule. Great. Thank you.
Jeff, you need to come here. Bring the wife. I'd suggest Josh visit as well, but the bungalow I'm staying in is actually called the Henderson Suite, so I assume he's been.
Yeah. I fucked my way through Ryza many a time.
I bought this silly little idol thing, and before I could even display it, I met the most beautiful human. Let me tell you about Kathy.
Kathy!
She's so great. She's smart and funny, and a great
no.
listener. Unlike some humans, she appreciates my ears and forehead.
You can
She
tell when
says they
someone's
look-
been to Ryza the first time. They always fall in love with a Kathy.
Yeah. There's a lot of Cathys on Ryza.
Yeah.
She says they look sexy.
Mm.
Sexy? I don't know if I've ever even been called sexy before.
That's a shame.
She makes my heart thump out of my side.
Wait, where's your heart?
I guess it's where the Vulcan heart is, on the side.
Oh, that's right. That's the thing now, right? Is that from...
TOS.
That's from TOS? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Henderson, I need your help.
Okay.
We're supposed to meet at the Temtebe Lagoon tonight.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.
We got
that wrong.
All right, we got a day to plan or
And
what we're gonna do.
I really want to score.
I mean, you're on Ryza, man. Like that's like the whole point.
I know she wants a piece of the old green peen machine.
That actually made me laugh really hard.
But honestly, look, don't make fun of me. I haven't been in the Federation that long.
Okay.
Well, I need some advice. I don't want to mess this up. Should I, like, bring her a night egg or something? How does this work? Jeff, I know you're out of the game, but I suppose if you have anything helpful to add, I'm all ears. Hoteen out.
Don't go all Romulan on her. Don't start talking all Romulan-y and talking about...
Probably don't tell her about your green peen machine.
Yeah, let her find out that on her own if she wants to, right? Like, don't be all weird. Just don't be weird, dude. Don't be all
if
like...
you're meeting on Ryza at any location, you're going to have sex there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to like say like she's on Ryza to fuck because I don't know why. Who knows? Maybe she just likes tropical areas, but. I mean, you're on Ryza.
Nobody goes to the Temtebe Lagoon without at least having their penises and vaginas out.
Yeah, there's
what it's for.
Yeah, there's some penis and vagina like assumptions going on here, right? Like just be normal. Don't be Romulan.
Don't be yourself. Be someone cool.
Be everyone else besides yourself. Try to not be you, Hoteen. That's my advice.
I bet Tapon does well with ladies.
Yeah,
just probably. Be more like Tapon.
Yeah, what would Tapon do?
WWTD.
Pon
WWTPD. What would Tapon do?
TBD. I mean, I can't wait to hear about how this date goes. I'm excited.
I can't wait to go to the wedding of Hoteen and Cathy.
Cathy? What is Cathy like? What's she up to? What's she look like? How's she dressed? Like, I need like
smart, funny, and a great listener.
Gosh, that's the whole package right there. I mean, what's wrong?
He's worried, man. He doesn't think he's good enough.
Oh, he's in love. Oh, I get it.
Like, I don't know, man. Just play it cool.
Being a redhead, I never have ever thought that, so I don't know. I never was like, I'm not good enough for this person.
Damn.
We're the best, man.
That level of confidence, huh?
It works.
Women do like confidence. Like, I faked confidence and got women, so you don't even really have to have it.
Yeah, it works. It definitely works. Sometimes. Not all the time, but...
My wife is listening to this like, women, huh?
Yeah, women.
Like, I'm not making fun of you, Hoteen. You just have to play it cool, don't be weird, and just, like, don't go in with any assumptions.
Yeah, trying to brainwash her with your codes and shit, or whatever you guys do.
Don't get her court-martialed.
Yeah, that's number one.
Will be fine.
Yeah, that's number one.
I'm pretty glad that they dropped the court-martial, but I'm still holding a bit of a grudge, so if Kathy doesn't put out, you know, maybe that's for the best.
Maybe it's karma.
Yeah, maybe it's just...
Maybe we should call Kathy and tell her about it.
Maybe her name's Kathy Pennington. Maybe I got a cousin.
What? Oh, your cousin Kathy. I forgot about her.
Maybe it's her. Who knows? Maybe I sent her there to completely ruin your time on Ryza.
Uh-oh. We have like a freaking, what's that movie where like, it's like someone gets paid. It's like every movie. Someone gets paid to date somebody, but then they fall in love with them.
I actually didn't do any of this.
Okay, good. I would have felt kind of bad about it.
I don't even have a cousin.
Well, don't tell him that. He needs to be worried. This is what they like. Romulans like this shit.
They like duplicity.
Yeah.
This is probably like making the old green peen machine just hard. Dude, I'm not good at doing voices tonight because my throat's all messed up.
That's all right. Everyone's sick. Everyone who does this show is sick.
Our next email, obviously, is from Tapon.
Of course.
It's entitled Tapon's Message to You.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Yeah. We got that, Tapon. You sent it to us.
Ensign Pennington, Ensign Henderson. This is Tapon, host of the Tapon's radio program and temporary host of Hoteen's Morning Flyby, featuring Hoteen and his Targ pack. Ahoo. It is
the sound effect? Is that the like soundboard?
Yeah. Well, no, he has to say it. It's like in quotations, so he's saying it.
Right, because it's like, it's the type he has to read, right? But he can't, because he's like Vulcan and he can't do anything right.
Oh, god damn. We got a real spacist on board today. It is well known that I find Hoteen to be exasperating. It is difficult to discern what is truth and what is deception with him, and I often spend hours attempting to sort out the two. However, in the past 2 weeks, he has found a new way to test my patience. Hoteen has been lamenting his solitude. He claims that no one understands him, nor his predicament. Clearly, the logical solution to this is for him to move back to the Romulan Empire.
Yeah, go home.
Go home, gamer girl.
Jesus Christ.
His kind long ago abandoned logic, so his reaction was not unexpected. He stated that you two suggested he go to a planet devoid of nothing but carnal pleasures.
Yeah, he did that one.
I must applaud your reasoning. I realize you will harass me for that exclamation point, but I could not hold back my surprise. When you were faced with one who rejects logic, you gave him an illogical solution. A fascinating use of reason, a paradox of sorts.
Almost feels logical, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like we circled around back to logic, huh?
Yeah, it's like this infinite Mobius strip of logic.
Round ears, unite!
Terrans, go!
However, I am now tasked with hosting my own show, as well as hosting the first half of Hoteen's show. If you would indulge a small plug, Hoteen had scheduled some smaller-than-average Tellarites to interview this week. He planned on making them play a listener-favorite game, Vulcan or Volcant. Tiresome. In addition, Hoteen has supplied me with ad reads while we fly over unaffiliated planets. One in particular is governed by a species who value rest above all else. Their monarch has arranged the following advertisement in exchange for broadcasting privileges. If comfort is on your case...
Why do I feel like I'm in a fucking production meeting right now?
If comfort is on your case, come to Couch Kings. We've got furniture for every space.
Oh my god. That was a good read. That was a good read, Savon.
He also wrote a short one. I'm Sofa Kingdom. That one doesn't even make sense, but I have given up on trying to make sense out of Hoteen's antics.
Good call.
Live long and prosper, Tapon, Tapon's radio program, Hoteen's Morning Flyby featuring Hoteen and his Targ pack. Ahoo. USS Tapon's radio program.
Wow. I mean, was there a question or what?
I think he was just telling us what's up.
Oh, he's like updating us. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
He was congratulating us on our illogical solution.
That's as complimentary as it gets for a Vulcan, right?
I guess. I felt complimented.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He said we did something right, even though it was passive aggressive because that's Vulcans, right? Like he was like, "You did a good job, but you didn't mean to." That's
he didn't
basically
know we didn't mean to.
Yeah, he kind of read that way.
Because we totally meant to.
I know
totally on purpose.
Yeah, I know we know that, but he doesn't know that.
Our next email is from Boston Sean.
Uh-oh.
Who says, Trek boys, big fan of flute solos here.
Yeah, fuck yeah, like in Anchorman. Or every Jethro Tull song.
Or The Inner Light.
Or The Inner Light.
This is a heart-wrenching episode, but I can't help but not feel sorry for society which has presented overwhelming evidence that climate change is going to kill them all, and still they elect to do nothing.
Yeah, weird,
Why?
right?
The only thing more stupid than that is if the inhabitants were in fact the cause of said climate change. Signed,
Wacky.
Boston Sean.
Yeah.
I feel like Boston Sean was very slowly turning to stare into the camera.
Yeah.
The entire time.
I'm doing it. No one can see me, but I'm doing it right now. I'm turning to the side.
I can agree with that. Like, I
Yeah.
understand where the disconnect happens. At least it wasn't their fault, unlike a
somewhere
separate
else.
situation.
Yeah. Where it's totally their fault.
Yeah, not ours. We're on a satellite above a different planet.
Yeah,
anyway,
I just like I poop in like a poop room and then it gets turned into energy somehow, so.
Yeah, you poop in the poop room and then it gets turned into our food.
That's what we call the bathroom now in the future, the poop room.
We felt being coy about it was unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm not taking baths. There's no bath in there.
It's a sonic shower room, maybe.
Yeah, sonic shower room.
Poop room.
Poop room.
J.O. room.
Whiz Palace.
Whiz Palace.
That's from Parks and Rec.
Our next email is from Tom,
Tom!
who says, "Ahoy, Trek boys.
Hi.
So I finally finished Deep Space Nine, and generally I thought it was great. I liked the character development. Seeing Sisko progress from somewhat grumpy to accepting his position as emissary was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm finished, I got to thinking about how and why the characters have developed, and that Deep Space Nine seems to be sending a message about achieving progress through cooperation.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird.
It's almost like that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Sisko and the others get closer as the series continues, overcoming their differences and opinions through mutual respect.
Mm-hmm.
For example, accepting Bashir's enhancements, standing up for Odo throughout the war, supporting the Cardassian rebellion, and working with the Romulans. Not capitulating in all things, but showing faith.
Yep.
Comparing this to the Dominion, which refuses to show faith in others, even engineering their populace so that they can trust them. Dukat continues until the very end to blame others for his situation and failings. It's always someone else holding him back. He always has a plan to make it better, and rather than working with others, he seeks to control them.
That sounds familiar too.
I
I wonder who that sounds like. I don't know.
I don't know.
Keep in mind this episode is being recorded in 2019 in the United States.
So future archaeological digs that end up finding
Can
this
find
podcast
this. Yeah, they'll know.
will
like,
understand.
exactly what I'm referencing here.
Kai Wynn is the best example. She alternates between showing concern and trying to help, and consolidating her own power.
She's an awful, awful person. She's awful.
She's the worst. Like, you love to hate her.
Terrible. She's
Her
so
character,
evil.
Her character was my favorite. You go from hating her to empathizing to pitying to hating again, and then finally pitying again.
Yeah.
Throughout the series, she gives the impression that she only wants to help, but again, like Dukat in the Dominion, she does not want to work with others.
Your cat is going crazy.
Miles!
I'm leaving this in. This is great.
I can't have a cat out, I guess, when I record. I have to put them both up.
You can't.
Jesus Christ. Throughout the series, she gives the impression that she only wants to help, but again, like Dukat in the Dominion, she does not want to work with others. She doesn't care for their opinion or needs. She just wants to make her mark and be revered. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I think you nailed it. Like, the Federation is a lot of times, like, labeled as, like, cowardly or, like, slow-moving, but the patience of the Federation allows for, like, the real long-lasting change that occurs in the galaxy, right? Like, it takes time for, like, entire planets to, like, respect each other. Like, it's not going to happen overnight, right? But, like you said, Dukat and Kai Wynn want it their way right now, and that's not how it works. And that's not how anything works, like, even in the real world. Like, we need, like, to like, live with each other for a while before we can start, like, you know, making real changes here.
Yeah. I
don't know.
The Federation is, at its heart, about, like, cooperation leading towards development. Like, cooperation leading towards change, towards making things better.
Progress.
Discovery,
progress,
anything.
science, all
It's
that.
all about cooperation. Like, the Federation is formed from 4 societies that have wanted nothing to do with each other.
Right.
And
well,
like,
two or three societies who want nothing to do with each other, and human beings being like the glue. We're like, we like you guys.
yeah, let's all hang out.
You guys are fun. Let's hang out. We're new here. What's up?
But like, that's sort of the crux of Star Trek in a way, is the Federation coming up against these opponents who refuse to believe in cooperation between different peoples.
Right. They have like, their status quo, and the Federation represents like this like disruption to that, even though like the Federation is like in a lot of ways like really boring. You know, like it's not like the Federation isn't like America in the sense that they're like super powerful. Like there's plenty of like rivals to the Federation, right? Like they're powerful in ideas, like America is in theory. Like we have
it's scary to them though, because like these societies are trying to be like isolationist. They're trying to like basically be like, our race is our society,
especially the Cardassians, because
for sure, and like the Federation is kind of revolutionary in that way, and they don't want those ideals to be spread within their borders.
It's a lot like the Red Scare, but like the communism of the Federation is like a freedom communism, right? Like, because you're free in the Federation to have ideas, and freedom of the press and speech and all that exists.
Shut up!
Okay, I will.
Not you. I'm yelling at my cat.
I couldn't hear her, so.
He's driving me fucking nuts. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
He's just back in the back going, meow.
What's his deal? Is there a mountain? Does he hate Cardassians?
He hates Cardassians. He's
I do too.
Big fucking spacist against Cardassians.
Yeah, they're kind of sucky.
It's Deep Space Nine, I think, probably has the most, because it's all about the politics between like the different races, the different societies, different planets, and
for me, it's like the rubber
don't mesh.
Yeah, for me, it's like the rubber meets the road of Starfleet, right? Like you're seeing an instance of how Starfleet handles problems like this, and like because the show is the show that it is, like there really is never a problem like the size that they have in that show, like with the Bajorans and like the Cardassians, but like every problem that the Federation comes up against is like unique, and there's like entire like policies, like they have policies to deal with like these situations. Like they learned over the years how to deal with some of these problems, and like eventually, like, you know, they get over it. Like, you know, like it just takes time, and that's patience, and time is like the factor in this show, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Federation has a patience that these other societies don't
have. Yeah,
because I mean, like Josh hit the nail on the head when he was talking about Dukat and Kai Wen having these goals that they refuse to wait for.
Yeah,
like Kai Wen has to consolidate power now,
right?
Like she has to be in control now. Dukat has to like gain his control back now, and then later he has to embrace the Pah-wraiths and like release them now,
right? And
they get ahead of themselves and mostly cause their own downfall.
Yeah, it sounds like something else too. That sounds familiar.
Hopefully they cause their own downfall.
Yeah.
As an aside, was the irony of the Founders being able to change into any form and their inability to see change or differences in others on purpose?
Yeah, I think that there's a little bit of, like, irony. Yeah, I think there's some poetic writing involved where it's like these people can be anything, but yet they resent all the things that they can be. Like, they hate all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Like, the only thing that they truly believe matters is the link, which is just goo. It's just formless goo.
It's just boring. Yeah, like, there's nothing. It's just an ocean of blob, right? Like, it's nothing.
And they all become one, and that type of thinking fosters, like, isolationism again. Like, that, like, we matter because we're one thing.
Yeah.
And,
it's insular. It's not outward thinking, and that's always bad. It's Sith-like.
It's very human as well. Like, we form our groups, and it's us versus them.
Tribal. It's very tribal.
It's very tribal. And it's all the more ironic, like you said, because the founders can turn into anything.
Yeah.
And yet they don't care about it.
They don't care about it. Yeah, it's like, no, it doesn't matter to them. Even though Odo is like, I like turning into a hawk or whatever. And it's like, yeah, well, hawks are solid things. So what's the difference between... Yeah, what's the difference between a hawk and me, right? Like, I don't know. Not a lot.
He can fly when he's a hawk.
He can.
Humans can't fly, which is stupid.
Remember when he thought he could turn into a hawk, but he couldn't, and then he trips and breaks his leg or whatever?
He trips and hurts himself.
He has to go to sick bay. He's like, I don't feel good. And they're like, well, did you eat food?
He's like, what? Gross.
Fucking Odo.
What a weird fucking time when they were just like, Odo's solid now. Why? Nah,
it's such like a sitcom-y thing to do. It really is like a sitcom maneuver.
It only lasts like 6 episodes or something.
It feels like it's longer though, right?
Yeah,
like,
and then they're like, nah, he's fine again. Whatever.
Yeah. It's cool though. It opens up the way for them to like poison the Link with that and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Final point. Why did Worf's flashback not include any memories of his wife? What's that all about?
Wait, his flashback? When? Oh,
I don't know what episode he's
like in the last episode when they're like kind of going through, because it's about his time there, right? Like it's not about his. I don't really know what he's talking about though either. So maybe he's got a different.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna guess that they didn't include any like shots of Jadzia because the actress had left the show.
Oh, Jadzia. Right, yeah, not his first wife who died. Yeah.
That he wasn't married to her. He wanted to get married, but she refused. Classic. Yeah, she was like, we don't have to be married just because we have a kid.
Yeah.
And he was like, what?
I'm a stick in the mud.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that they didn't show either of those actresses because they didn't have the rights to use that likeness at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
It's signed Tom, helmsman of the USS Olympia.
Oh, nice name. That's a mountain.
Olympia.
Olympia Dukakis.
Our next email is from JJ, and it's in parentheses, the good one.
That's something the bad one would say.
Josh is getting real paranoid tonight.
Getting real paranoid? More like, try being alive right now.
The title of the email is DS9 Blew My World Apart.
There's a lot of DS9 love tonight.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
It's good.
Dear Boys to Trek.
That is so fucking weird.
We were just talking about Boys to Men not long ago.
Fucking weird, dude. What the fuck, man? This is why I'm paranoid, man. They know. Fucking aliens know, dude.
Think about it this way, Josh. You're from Philadelphia. We're Trek boys. How easy would it be to put those two things together and think of the Boys to Men comparison? And there's 2 of us.
Impossible.
Impossible. Gotta be aliens.
It's gotta be aliens. I can't think of another way. Let's go.
Fucking Anunnaki.
That's right. That's
Staying on my computer.
I'm playing MMOs forever. Fuck you.
I watched through DS9 last summer, and I gotta say, it was an absolute gem of a show.
Yes, it is.
What better way to escape reality than a show about a hyper-nationalist religious right consolidating power through subterfuge and deceit? I mean, that is, like, so unrealistic.
We got a lot of sarcastic passive-aggressiveness going on in these shows. It's great.
I feed on it.
Yeah.
I have to thank you both for hyping the show up in this podcast, especially because in the course of my journey, I sucked my roommate into my delusion. I'm glad I finished that sentence. I thought it ended.
Yeah.
And I sucked my roommate.
I sucked my roommate right off. That's cool. Whatever.
It has nothing to do with this email. I just thought you'd like to know.
I just wanted to tell you.
It was so nice to have someone to sob with because that shit gets heavy.
Yeah, man. It's good.
Like that alternate universe sci-fi writer episode with Avery Brooks's incredible monologue at the end.
Benny. Yeah, with Benny.
That left me weak, and that's only one emotional gut punch of countless.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could talk for literally ever about pretty much any facet of this show. The writing, the music, the costume design. Shouts way the fuck out to Jake Sisko shirts.
Damn, he got some cool-ass shirts, man.
He did.
I feel like Jake Sisko style is gonna like happen soon. Like, I feel like we're ready for it.
That's the real future of style.
Yeah. There's that part in Looper that always makes me laugh, where like Jeff Daniels' character, the guy from the future, is like, all you kids do is like wear shit that like people used to wear. He's like, I don't know, why don't you put like some fucking like lights around your neck or something? he's like, why don't you try being original? That shit makes me laugh every time.
That's true though. It's always just gonna be shit people wore before.
Yeah, it's just suits and ties, right?
Like people are dressed like the 90s now.
Yeah, it's weird. That what really weirds me out is when I see like a younger person, like a younger girl, typically wearing like chokers and stuff. I'm like, oh my god,
like chokers, round sunglasses, and mom jeans.
Round sunglasses. I'm always like, really? I was like, I don't think that's cool.
Like
I still don't think that's cool.
Super high-waisted mom jeans and like a cut-off tank top, so you see just like right above the belly button.
Yeah, it's like just a halter, but like just a small amount of halter. It's weird.
I mean, far be it from a 32-year-old man to tell anybody how to fucking dress.
Yes, I am also that age.
Yes. We're twins, actually.
Yeah, like from the movie Twins.
Yeah, I'm Danny DeVito.
I was going to say I'm Danny DeVito.
No, I'm Danny DeVito.
I want to be Danny DeVito.
No, Josh, you got to be Danny DeVito last time.
Oh, fuck. You're right.
And the lighting and camera work are all incredible. I'll force myself to stop there for being fear of being too effusive. I guess I'll have to write more emails about it. Oops.
I watched a like when STO was coming out with the Deep Space Nine redo. Like I watched like a stream where they talked about like how they like designed it, because they took like the set design and like they were like we wanted it to be exact, like, so they like replicated everything, right? And like, but they were like, we had to scale it up a bit because like the way they shot the show made it look bigger, but the sets were like smaller, which I thought was like, I like all those things. I like all like Star Trek set design and camera. Yeah, hell yeah. So I thought that was really cool how they like the way that they shot the show made things look bigger, because the station's it's big, right? It's supposed to be big, but the sets
it's supposed to look like a bigger place, like, because it's supposed to be imposing,
right? It's huge, but like
it's like Cardassian like made and everything. But if you see photos from the set, like there isn't even that much walking
it's small
space.
Yeah, it's really small. So in the game they like scaled it up by like 50% or something like that to make it like walkable, like, because you wouldn't be able to walk in it, right? Like, yeah,
like it would get crammed fucking packed.
Yeah, it's already crammed. Like the new Deep Space Nine in that game's already crammed. Like, it's much smaller.
Like, the way I thought about it is like, imagine if they just had like the Enterprise D like docked somewhere and you could just go in it and hang out with all the like characters and shit. Yeah, it would be so jam packed you wouldn't even be able to see. And that's how Deep Space Nine is.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
He continues. With regard to M-Class email itself, this podcast has become way more than just two funny dudes answering questions.
It's three funny dudes, because Jeff has an Anunnaki inside of him.
No, I am an Anunnaki. Wait.
What?
I did not expect a whole lore to unfold before my ears. And I'd like to say that all of y'all who write in as in-universe characters are absolutely incredible and hilarious, sold even further by Jeff's voices.
Yep, you do a great job, and they also do a great job.
Yeah, thank you. And
I'm here.
Josh, without you, there would be no good in this podcast.
What? All right, that's fucking insane.
You're the best.
I mean, I am pretty cool, but I'm not that good.
You are. You're the best.
All right, we'll kiss it out later.
Okay.
We'll kiss argue about it later.
On top of that, I very much feel like I would watch the shit out of a Trek show written by the core of folks who always send in peyotes to the show.
It would be insane.
That'd be a wild fucking show. Like, Rich's peyotes are always very on point for the show, because imagine like Tapon and Hotine and shit.
Oh no, it would be like better than Discovery though. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of peyote, it would be a trip if there were ever to be a Star Trek with the feel of the animated series, but with slightly less fever dream craziness and more of that good moral quandary shit.
More Quetzalcoatls.
You think Quetzalcoatl was an Anunnaki?
I mean, I think definitely Quetzalcoatl was an Anunnaki.
Or
I don't
was
know.
it a
You're an
cloud
Anunnaki.
person? Josh,
No.
I'm a cloud person. You're being
Quetzalcoatl
racist.
was like a lizard. He was like a snake, right?
There
Like
you
that's
go.
the whole thing. Is like on the pyramids down there, like the Mayan ones, like during the eclipses and stuff, the snake like runs down the mountain. They like snakes a lot. They were into that.
They were big into them. Big into snakes now.
Big into snakes now, guys. We're gonna go get some as pets.
That's about all I got for this email, boys. Keep that satellite M a-floating. Signed, JJ, the good one.
Thank you, JJ, the good one.
Thank you very much for that email.
I'm never just gonna call you JJ. I'm gonna always call you JJ, the good one.
JJ, the good one. P.S. Can we talk about Bashir and O'Brien's romance?
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah, nobody ships them because O'Brien looks like a human potato.
Nobody ships them because you don't need to. They're already doing it.
People ship Bashir and Garrick. Like, that's the #1 Star Trek ship.
Really?
Yeah.
Garrick's not really, like, sexual to me.
I don't know. You
Garrick's...
think Garrick fucks?
No, I don't think he does. I honestly, like, I don't think he cares about that.
I think Garrick fucks.
I think Garrick's fucking is, like, his espionage. Like, that's what he likes the most.
True. But people do ship Garrick and Bashir, and I mean, that's whatever. But I always thought Bashir and O'Brien would be a romance, if anybody would be.
I mean, there's that part where they're basically like, I like you more than my wife.
Yeah, he's like... He absolutely admits that he likes Bashir more than his wife.
Yeah, it's, like, ridiculous.
It's crazy. That's romance level.
Yeah, that's, like, next level friends, which is romance, right?
Yeah. Thanks for that email, JJ, the good one.
Good job, JJ, the good one.
My cat is losing his fucking mind right now.
Is there, like, a mouse in your wall or something?
No.
How do you know? Do you have x-ray vision?
I'm an Anunnaki. Of course I have x-ray vision.
Like, stick your weird forked tongue out and smell if there's a fucking mouse in the wall. Oh, God, he's doing it. It's so sick. Ew.
Our next email is from Evan.
Okay.
Who says, "Hey, Trek Boys.
Trek Boys!
Long time, second time.
Oh, wow, he's counting.
I recently finished all of Voyager and started Enterprise. All that's left are the movies," and then he marked out Discovery and wrote, "Restarting back at TOS."
Yeah!
Fuck you, Discovery!
Yep.
I was inspired to write in after listening to M-Class Email 30. You made a comment about Paris and his father not getting any closure during the finale of Voyager, something I definitely agree with.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch it or ditch it that would probably work best in mid-series Voyager, before they had a way to contact Earth, or Paris had raw-dogged Torres.
Jesus Christ.
That's quite a way to put it.
That's when you're, like, gonna have a kid, you just talk to your wife or whatever, and you're like, hey, you wanna raw dog it tonight?
Jesus Christ.
That's, like, something I would do. I would say something like that.
You'd say that.
I'd be able to get away with it, though, because I've trained people to, like, be, like, ready for my ridiculousness.
Everybody knows that you're gonna say some fucked up shit, and that's great.
Yeah, it's great until it's not.
Yeah, it's great until you try and be serious and nobody will fucking pay
Nobody
attention
listens to me. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, Josh.
Oh, Josh, there's no such thing as Anunnaki.
Aliens never were here.
A-plot, Paris is in the Delta Flyer scanning some anomaly that starts becoming volatile. Janeway reminds Paris that he's supposed to come home once the streetlights turn on, but bad boy for life Paris finishes his scans.
Is he wearing a leather jacket at the time? I hope so.
And it says bad boy for life Paris on the back of it. The anomaly sends him to Earth faster than Warp 10, but he doesn't become a horny slug. Paris barely survives the trip because he's a good pilot or a rebel or something.
Yeah.
Paris has a meeting with the Federation, and his dad is coming home ASAP to meet him. They start researching the anomaly from Earth's side, while Paris gives them very important data logs that explain how the EMH likes to sing.
Nice.
When Paris meets his dad, he explains he's much more proud of Paris since he's finally a decent Starfleet officer. Paris says that as his dad, he should be proud of anything that he does as long as it's not joining a terrorist organization.
Like
Oops.
I once did.
It's tense, but they seem to reconcile.
Okay.
Uh-oh, the anomaly is a one-off and it's closing from Earth's side. Starfleet wants to send a probe with data to help Voyager out, but Paris knows only his piloting in the Delta Flyer can survive the trip.
That's pretty cool, actually.
There's a touching moment when Admiral Paris cries like a bitch and says that he wishes his son would stay, even if it means betraying what Starfleet stands for. The two Parises admit that they would never be able to live with themselves if that happened. Paris returns to the Delta Quadrant through the anomaly. En route, he flips off Nagilum, who lives in the anomaly or something.
Another Nagilum. Damn it. It's like the same wavelength. It's so weird.
Yeah, we're all like riding the same wavelengths in the Trek Boy world.
It's weird, man.
He returns to Voyager with his classic attitude, a renewed sense of purpose, and a bunch of holo pornos. B-plot, Tuvok and Neelix get drunk and talk about how sweet it was when they were one person. There's a bunch of innuendo, and Neelix makes a comment about being inside each other again.
All right. I was like, where's this going? I knew where it was going, but
I'm definitely gonna pitch that. Because
yeah,
I feel like that would actually be a really good episode, especially Tom having to face the idea that, like, maybe there's some sort of a restriction, like, that means that only he can go back through. Like,
only the ship
matter that's traveled one way can travel the other
go
way.
through it again. Yeah, or like you said, like it's like you're attuned to it, right? Like you can only like survive it because you went through it.
If something else goes through it, like maybe they try and send something back through it, and it
doesn't
gets
work.
Obliterated.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, and like I think you can add like that, like Paris wants to go back for many reasons, right? Like he doesn't want to abandon them. He loves what's her name?
Torres.
B'Elanna. He wants to raw dog B'Elanna. Yeah. I think that would be great. I would tone down the dad. I would say I like that he's like standoffish. I think that works well. But like I think it would add to the end of the show then, definitely, when he's a little more emotional. Like he gets him back, right?
Like I think that would be a great way to like play up his like standoffishness, his like stoicism, and like
he's an admiral, right? Like
he's piss poor relationship with Tom Paris.
Yeah.
Except like Tom Paris would be like, you, and nothing I ever do is gonna make you proud of me, is it?
Right.
And then he starts walking out, and his dad says like, I've always been proud of you.
Yeah, you could, right, exactly.
And that's like the only thing he says like that.
Right. Maybe he doesn't hear him, right?
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Like he can't, like, yeah. I don't know. I like that a lot, though. I think that's really good. Minus the Tuvok Neelix thing. I'd leave the Nagilum in, though.
We gotta have that Nagilum.
It's me, Nagilum. I'm a weird baby or something.
Let me kill half your crew.
I don't know. What am I? Who knows? We're running out of ideas in season 2.
Like, it would be great, though, if, like, Admiral Paris was like, you stay here, Tom. We'll send someone else.
Right, we'll send someone else,
and Tom's like, well, I can't do that.
I can't leave him. I can't leave him, right?
Like, maybe Tom hears Admiral Paris say, I've always been proud of you. But after he's gone, like, somebody's like, Admiral Paris, like, your son is like a hero.
Yeah.
And Admiral Paris could say, I'd much rather him just be my son. And
I would rather him just be here than be a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't hear that.
Yeah.
He's already gone.
Yeah. That's good. I like that.
We punched it up.
There you go. Send the checks to me and Jeff.
Sign it, Jeff and Josh.
Yeah.
Money dollars.
Spell my name with a S that's a dollar sign S.
Make the F's $sign somehow. Work it out.
Work it out. Figure it out. They might not let you get the money if it doesn't look like your name, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
All I care about's the money.
Why didn't my mom name me with an S in my name?
There's no S in my whole name.
All I care about is there isn't one. That's weird. There's how many are there in mine? There's 2 in mine.
Yeah? Is there not one in your middle name?
Oh, there's 3, yeah. My middle name starts with an S.
That's what I thought.
My middle name's Sambuca. Because I like to get drunk on Ryza.
Hopefully that was okay and I didn't accidentally copy a previous peyote. Even though I've listened to every episode, I can't remember everything that's come in. You guys rock. Keep up the fantastic podcasting. Yours truly, Rations Quartermaster Evan Shiro.
Rations?
Shallow Space 3.
Oh, well, I don't think that was a copy. I don't remember that ever being a thing.
I've never heard anything like that, so that sounds great.
Yeah, it's great. Good job.
I apologize that I pronounced his name Chirot last time. That's a great alien name if anyone needs one.
It is a cool alien. Chirot.
It's Chiro, and he said, you got it wrong last time.
Is it
But
French?
it's okay because I have a dumb French name.
Yeah.
Called
French names are dumb.
Chiro. Sorry.
Henry David Chiro. That's not even close to that guy.
Our last email of the night is a Whopper.
Like from Burger King? Buy the new Whopper for only $3.49. You can get $1 10-piece nuggets. Is the king out of his mind?
We better have gotten fucking paid for that, Josh.
That was a good read. I just made it up.
Yeah. Is the king out of his mind?
That's their thing now. Is the king crazy? It's like, yeah, he's a fucking doll who walks around. Of course he's crazy.
He's a haunted doll.
he's a haunted doll.
Our next email is from Rich Masters.
Oh, fuck me.
The patron saint of
Peyote.
the Past Lives collection.
Yeah.
The patron saint of peyote is Boston Sean.
Oh,
since he
sorry.
created it. Yo, Double J's.
That's me and you.
There is a fifth dimension beyond regular dune buggy enthusiasm of man. It is a dimension as vast as a Klingon dick and as timeless as two Klingon dicks.
Is this another Twilight Zone intro? Fuck.
In the middle ground between court-martials and great sci-fi, between kissing and butts.
What?
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his Trek knowledge.
Whoa.
It is an area we call Satellite M.
Damn.
Home to the Trek Boys.
Yeah. The
TNG.
scary door.
The scary door. Turns out it's man.
Turns out it was man.
TNG Season 8, Episode 9. A Worf one this time.
Oh, shit.
An undercover Riker and Geordi enter a bar's back room past two tough-looking Tellarites. Yeah!
Oh, we got some cool stuff. Cool.
Into a back office where an Orion mob boss named Yevon welcomes them.
Yevon 4?
Geordi passes Yevon a pad and he examines the contents. 400 quantum torpedoes and 4 launchers and
That's
7
a lot.
multi-frequency phaser banks.
What the hell are they gonna do with that?
Kill.
Start a war? Fuck. Don't give it to the Orions. They're mobsters.
Pleased, Yevon passes the pad to his associate to check, a surly-looking Klingon bodyguard that turns out to be Worf.
Oh, fuck. I love this already. Holy fuck.
I do too. Yevon says that he'd love to sign off on the deal, but he doesn't trade with Starfleet officers. A fight breaks out, with Yevon exiting through a back door. With a look from Riker, Worf runs after him while he and Geordi fight off the gang with the help of reinforcements led by Data.
What?
After the confrontation, Riker rushes into the back alley to take Yevon into custody, but Worf stuns him and escapes with the mob boss.
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. My expectations are subverted.
The title is Blood and Uniforms.
Oh.
In the ready room, Picard and Riker discuss their month-long sting operation into the Orion Syndicate's trade and stolen Starfleet tech. Picard tells Will that Starfleet had given him the news that Worf's brother Nikolai was killed by the Orions in a random robbery on Devron 2 a week before Worf volunteered to head up the sting operation.
Oh, fuck, Worf.
Riker is appalled. Worf never mentioned it, but it's obvious Worf would want revenge. If that's the case, Picard says, then Worf has used a criminal investigation to satisfy a matter of vengeance, and now he is wanted for dereliction of duty.
Doesn't sound very Klingon to me.
Nope. In a flashback, an infant Worf is crying after a fight with his older brother, and Nikolai teases him for being a sensitive little warrior.
I love that.
Fuck you, little Worf.
Fucking Nikolai.
Worf is on the run with Yevon, and they arrive at their hideout where Yevon's second in command, a Gorn named Grethor.
That's cool.
Dude, we're getting fucking everything I want. Is displeased with the new addition to their crew. Worf and the Gorn take an instant dislike to one another, but Yevon says Worf saved his life.
I'm calling it right now. They're gonna be friends at the end.
They're gonna kiss.
Ew, I would kiss a Gorn. It's lizards.
Man, what are you saying about lizards?
I don't want to kiss a lizard.
Why wouldn't you kiss a lizard?
I don't want to kiss a lizard that, like, there's a continuum, like a spectrum here, right? Like, Gorn is at the end.
Man, I just think it's kind of rough that you wouldn't kiss a lizard, just personally.
You're gonna kiss a lizard.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, oh, right, because you are one. Oh, fuck me.
You forgot the bit!
You're using your Anunnaki magic on me, man.
That's what it is.
You're glamoring me with your lizard eyes.
The mob boss confides in Worf that he assumed the Klingon would have moved on by now. Worf says that opportunities for spilling blood have kept him from moving on.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
If Starfleet are on their tail, Yevon says, perhaps it's time for one last job before meeting the buyers for their stockpiled stolen tech.
Cool, I hope we get like a cool, like, Italian job montage.
The Enterprise responds to a distress call from a Klingon freighter carrying medical waste, materials that could be used in biogenic weapons.
Oh, fucking Jesus. Who gave them that?
I guess they made it.
It's all the poop swaths from the Klingon hospitals.
Oh my god. Why are they swathing poop?
I mean, people poop themselves, man. Like, it happens.
You can make biogenic weapons out of that?
Poop is a biological weapon, dude. You can't get near poop. Like, if you get near poop, you're gonna die. Like, that's how bad poop is.
I mean, there's poop, like, right near your butt after you poop every time.
Yeah, but, like, if you put that poop near your mouth hole, you can die from it.
You'll get dysentery real fast.
You'll just die. Like, you're dead.
They say they were boarded by Orion Syndicate raiders who stole their wares. One of the Klingon corpses has a Starfleet isolinear chip inside him.
What?
When Data scans the chip, there's coordinates to a planet in the Breen system. Has Worf left them a message?
Don't go there. It sucks. Nobody's ever come back. It's terrible.
It's very cold in all the wrong places there. In a flashback, an early teen Worf is telling Nikolai that he doesn't want to fight him, that he isn't Klingon anymore, but Nikolai still beats on him.
Nice.
On the Orion ship, Worf inquires if his new crew were behind the botched robbery of the Starfleet embassy on Devron 2, and Yevon says it was a terrible job, lamenting the loss of innocent life. When they become aware that the Enterprise is on their tail, Grethor warns Yevon that Worf must be a traitor.
What?
Yevon refuses to believe him, and they all transport down to the planet to meet the Breen.
That's how they talk.
Riker's team beam down and break up the deal with the help of Worf, who chases after Yevon to gain his revenge. But before he can decide whether to kill the man and gain vengeance for Nikolai or capture him, the Gorn kills Yevon for his weakness and transports away.
Oh no, they weren't friends.
In one final flashback, a much older teen Worf thanks Nikolai for keeping the Klingon inside of him alive, and Nikolai says he was just doing what an older brother does best.
Beat the shit out of my younger brother.
In my experience, that is what an older brother does best. Picard calls Worf into his ready room, wanting to know if Worf stayed to kill the man or to find the Breen buyers. He has a commendation from Starfleet for breaking up the smuggling ring and a reprimand for his conduct, and Jean-Luc asks Worf which one he should give him. Give the Starfleet officer the reprimand, but the Klingon the commendation, he says.
Oh, that's so good.
Picard dismisses him. I hope you like this one. I'm always pleased you have such a great reaction to these. I really like working on them.
They're fucking great, dude.
Dude, they're fucking amazing. You have not sent us an episode yet that I would not be enthralled watching.
I want to watch these. I want to watch them so badly.
Dude, I want to see a Tellarite and a Gorn and some Breen real bad.
I'm a Breen for you. I'm being a Breen. If that's what you're into tonight, Jeff.
Yeah, wait until the podcast is over, and you can be a Breen for me for the rest of the night.
I'm cold in all the wrong places, Jeff.
It's true. He's very cold.
Cold-blooded, like you like, because you're a lizard, man. I'm doing my Breen voice, and my cat's like, oh, does that mean I can sit on you now? Because you're a Breen? Okay, yeah, sure, come over here. Yeah, cool.
Do Breen like cats?
I don't know, maybe they do. I doubt it. They don't like anything. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of Kira and Dukat, because they, like, get to see what the Breen look like under their Breen outfits when they steal them.
They look like Princess Leia.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone who loves you.
Somebody's getting into it. Double axe handle high fives to you both. Signed, Rich.
Thank you, Rich. That was great.
Rich, this is a fucking amazing episode.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it to be real. That's the thing. Like, every time you send us an email, it's so good that I want it to be real. And it's not real, and it makes me mad.
It's real to me, damn it.
It's the second time. Is it in this episode, or was it in the last
I don't
one?
remember. It all blends together at this point.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning.
It's just, I'm on, like, autopilot at this point.
And with that, I'd like to thank everybody who wrote in today. If you'd like your email read on the air by me and reacted to by Josh, you can ship that shit on over to mclassemail@gmail.com.
Ship it over, just like Jeff and I.
We ship ourselves.
It's short for relationship, right? That's what it's short for. Yeah, I think that's what it's, yeah. Which, like, what are we, like, lazy now? We don't say the word. We have to.
All right, Grandpa, calm down.
Like, I don't like what kids do. I don't like when kids change things. I don't like. It's them who's out of touch, not me.
It worked just fine when I was a kid. Why'd you have to change it?
Why is things always changing?
You can follow us on the Twitter. At mclasspodcast.
Yeah.
And
with the @ symbol in front.
We might have a fun guest next time for you guys.
Uh-oh, podcast. Who could it possibly be?
I wonder who we're going to bring on.
Who's going to be on the show next time? I have no idea.
Tune in next time to find out. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll see you in 1 week with more M Class.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.